What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another awesome episode of Talking Whiskey. We are back at Chattanooga Whiskey with Grant and Tim. So hey, hit that intro. That was a dog. Anyway, long story short. Oh my gosh. Okay, all right. So we're back this week to finish up at Chattanooga Whiskey on the Native series. And Tim, thanks for having us back. Didn't you have a hat on? Okay, thanks for having us back. I really do appreciate it. And of course, we got Grant, the master distiller. He's awesome. There's a lot of things I could say greatly things about. I don't know. Anyway.
Wait, did you say he's awesome at great
He's awesome at great What are we
See,
doing?
honey.
What are we doing?
Still got it. I was about to say, he's not that awesome. And then he said, great sex. And I'm like, well, maybe he is. I don't know.
Oh my God. Oh, okay. All right. This barrel is now empty at Chattanooga Whiskey.
Grant's face.
Well, I'm just repeating what I heard. That's all. I'm just repeating what I heard.
You gotta get that in there.
Right.
Thanks for having me. Grant, you were the man and you were awesome at great sex. It has nothing to do with anything. But great point.
Great point.
That's why we hired him, Josh. All right, next up we have 4, 5, and 6, which is the Big River Imperial Coffee Stout, Hutton Smith Imperial Stout, and the Chattanooga Brewing Imperial Oatmeal Stout.
All right, great. So we're gonna start with Big River, right?
Yep. Yeah. So with the Big River, this is an imperial coffee stout that we have here. One thing that stands out to me is the espresso. So I'll let Grant dive into why that is.
Yeah, so I think Big River, you compare it to Terminal, had the Mocha Stout, which was coffee and chocolate together. And to me, I got kind of this synergized, really big pop of espresso bean, like a raw kind of flavor, whereas here with Big River, I get more of a sweet kind of character with that coffee. So I'm thinking personally more like tiramisu, a desserty, sweet dessert with more like coffee as a background influence.
Wow.
But that's me personally. So
Wow, that's awesome, guys. All right, well, I'm looking forward to it. Let's dive in.
To tiramisu.
Tiramisu.
That is good.
That is good. So to me, I mean, just in my opinion, that I did get a little bit more of an earthy note on that one, and it seemed a little thicker on the tongue, and maybe a little more of that alcohol at the very end, though. At the very end. So I mean, yeah, it's great. All right, digging it. So what's next? What's next?
Oh, I thought I was just gonna drink. I thought we were just drinking. All right, so next up is number 5, which is our Hutton Smith Imperial Stout. And one of the things that stands out to me on this is the brownie. It's kind of fudge-like, but I'll let Dive Grant into where that is.
Yeah. So Hutton Smith is actually probably the purest play in terms of beer out of all of these. I think they did an Imperial Stout, so big, bold. We should get a lot of roasty flavor from their beer and connecting over to the whiskey, and I think that's where you're getting that brownie character.
Awesome, guys. All right, well, hey, cheers. Cheers to Hutton Smith.
Cheers.
Oh, that's good. Just like the Big River, though, that's got a little bit of spice to it. A little spice to it. Maybe like you said, that little earthy, like a pine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a resinous type thing. Yeah.
All right, guys, that's awesome. Awesome. So, what we got next?
Next up, number 6 is the Brew or Chattanooga Brewing, the Imperial Oatmeal Stout. So I don't have any in my glass currently, which means that we need to put some in my glass.
You're trying to get me drunk.
Here's the Chat Brew.
Oh yeah, that is nice. It's definitely got a spice. That's definitely got a spice. And there's something else in there.
The chocolate covered cherries is what stands out to me, man. I find the approachable really soft. I find the softable really approach.
Yeah.
And I find the oat stout very mealish.
I like whiskey.
All right, so Grant, that's awesome. Do you got anything to add to whatever we're doing here?
Yeah, so Chat Brew last year did an Imperial Stout. This year they do an Imperial Oatmeal Stout, and this one is kind of wine-like. We noted kind of a port type note, but yeah, chocolate covered cherry. There's kind of a dried fruit element to that, but
That's
solid.
awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
We are on number 7 of our 8 natives, which is Moccasin Ben Brewing, and they aged an American stout in our whiskey barrels. And the thing I get out of this is a little chocolate shake in there.
Yeah. I get, a real soft, sweet profile across the board.
Okay, nice. Nice. So this is like the everyman. If you're going to start out with a native, pick up the Moccasin Ben Brewing.
I think that's a fair statement. I think you could. I would argue that most of them, if not all of them, are that way.
Yeah.
But if it really does come down to that approach, the Moccasin Ben does have a really nice approach to it.
All right, fellas.
All right,
cheers.
cheers.
To Moccasin Ben. Yeah, that's actually really good. You're right. I mean, I don't like to use the word smooth that much, but that is smooth. That is, like you said, approachable and soft and easy on the palate.
Yeah. So we head on to number 8 of 8, and this was the only brewery that we worked with that's out of town, but they're still regional because they're in Decatur, Georgia, so just outside of Atlanta.
Yeah. Okay.
Three Taverns has got it going on, man. They make great beer. They have a really cool operation in Decatur, so you should go and check that out if you're ever in the Atlanta area. Owned by good people. And this Imperial Milk Stout from Three Taverns was like straight up dessert, man. It was really tasty. I get a ton of fudge out of this. It's just so desserty.
Cheers to 3 Taverns Imperial Milk Stout.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that is good.
That is good.
It's a good one right there.
That is good. That is good. That is sweet. That is
Right?
dessert.
Yeah.
That is it does have almost like it reminds me almost like of a milky. Maybe maybe it's because of the milk stout, but it does have a creamy finish.
I think this one tastes exactly like if you get an Italian macaron with like dipped in chocolate. That's exactly what it tastes like to me.
Really?
So that 3 Taverns is awesome, man. I really dug the Moccasin bin. That's great. That is awesome. And so what is this? This is what I've been looking forward to.
We've gone through 8 different 1816 natives, which was of course the law-changing whiskey that everybody knows and is well aware of. But our experimental series has been chugging along since August of 2017, and so far we've released 10 batches in our experimental series, which are all over the place in terms of influence and stylistically. So we took our single barrel 55 in this 10 barrel series, and we finished it in all 8 of the stout barrels that were included in the 1816 series. So complexity wise and high malt complexity wise, this is uncharted territory. This is, you know, in terms of complexity, this thing is setting the bar pretty high for ourselves and what we've done so far.
Oh man, I am so excited. That is one hell of a salesman. Not only has he got whiskey magic fingers, he is a good salesman.
You have no idea what you just said.
Wow.
You just called Grant. Hold on a second. Everybody, hold on a second. John.
John.
Hey, John.
Don't tell
John, Grant was just referred to as one hell of a, quote unquote, one hell of a salesman.
Oh no,
Right.
no.
I won't tell him you said that. Say it. What's funny is you said that right after you were like, I'm gonna make Carrie proud. Here we go. Nailed it. Nailed it. Talking about our marketing director. He's like, I'm gonna make our marketing director proud.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
All right.
It's a single barrel, experimental single barrel, 55. Dude, it is very German chocolate cake-ish.
Yeah.
What's cool about our experimental series is it has, even though they're all, well, one is they're all very different, just because of, like, they have an aroma and a taste that it is the malt forward, but it's also like they all have a roast and toast to them that no other whiskey has.
Yeah, it's true.
And I get a roast,
Yes.
you know, a roast toast in this that you don't get in any of the natives.
Yeah. I get it. Yeah.
I mean, one thing we really aim for in our experimental series is complexity. We talk about it all the time, and each one of them, you know, I'll sit around with an experimental batch of whiskey, and over the course of 20-30 minutes, it's a completely different experience from when you first pour it to when you're finished with the drink. And that speaks to our distillers, and our team just works really hard to try to keep that complexity and that richness within the whiskey.
Guys, honestly, I am a big Chattanooga whiskey fan. If anybody's seen the show, they've seen quite a bit of Chattanooga whiskey.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, every single show, you know. And I'm not just saying this, but I really am digging that Tennessee high malt single barrel. I cannot wait to leave here, go to the experimental distillery across from the Choo Choo, and pick up a bottle. And you know what? I might take a tour again. Yeah, I don't know. That tour is great, guys. If you're down in Chattanooga, go down there across the Choo Choo. Just go in there, sign up for the tour. You'll learn a lot, and you get to sniff the bunghole, and for like $10, right? Right?
Well, you get to do a lot more for $12 than just sniff the bunghole, but it's just a benefit.
Oh man.
fit. All right.
Thanks for that though. That means a lot.
that was great.
Oh yeah. Thank you so much for letting
Thank you, man.
us come here
problem. Thank you.
and drink all this awesome whiskey for free.
Appreciate it.
We're really digging it. And guys, seriously, if you guys can go and check out the Native any way you can, go down to your local liquor store and ask for Chattanooga whiskey. If they don't have it, I promise you they can get it. And just cause a riot, cause a ruckus. Camp out in the front door until they get a case for you. If they can't get the Chattanooga whiskey where they live, how can they?
Well, I'd suggest calling us or hit us up at info@chattanooga or you can call our experimental distillery at 423-760-4333. So check that out. We distribute in 4 states: Tennessee, Georgia, South Carolina, and Alabama. We do have an online presence, so go to our website, ChattanoogaWhiskey.com, scroll to the bottom, and you'll see something about ordering it online, and it takes you to a website that can legally do that. So check that out too.
All right, Tim, thanks again for having us. We really
Of
do.
course.
Grant, thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you, we really do
thank
appreciate
you.
you. And of course,
Appreciate
Tim, always appreciate you, man. And we appreciate Chattanooga Whiskey and all you guys do
Thanks,
for
man.
us
Appreciate
and
it.
for the community. And guys, check out Chattanooga Whiskey on their website, their Instagram, their Facebook, their Twitter. They've even got a YouTube now. Go ahead, I will link all of that in the comment section below. And if you like this episode, please hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. And all the comments are welcome in the comment section below. That means you, Bob Jones. We all really do appreciate you. And everybody else, we will see you next week. So peace.